Welcome to English Life Stories. Looking to improve your English naturally? Here, we grow together through meaningful stories, spoken slowly, clearly, and with joy. Just press play, unwind, and enjoy every step of the journey.
Chapter 1. He was alone, lost. Until he found a voice that listened. Have you ever tried to learn something and felt completely alone? Matt had that feeling. He wanted to speak English. He watched videos. He read grammar books. But still, something was missing. He had no one to talk to, no one to correct him, no one to say, "It's okay. Keep going." Every time he tried to practice, he felt a heavy silence, like talking to a wall or shouting into an empty room. He thought, maybe I'm just not smart enough. Maybe this isn't for me. But one day, everything changed. Matt was scrolling through YouTube when he saw a strange video title, "Learn English by Talking to ChatGPT or Gemini." He clicked, curious, not hopeful. The video showed a person talking to a chatbot, asking questions, getting answers, practicing real conversation. Matt thought, is this for real? Can I really talk to a machine and get better at English? That night, he opened his browser, typed chat.openai.com. He stared at the screen. It felt strange, cold, not human. But then he typed something simple. "Can you help me practice English?" The reply came in seconds. "Of course, I'd love to help. What would you like to talk about?" Matt smiled. Not because it was perfect, but because, for the first time, someone was there, even if it was just a screen, even if it was just words. He wasn't alone anymore. Have you ever needed someone to listen, even just to practice with? What if the voice you need isn't a person, but a tool that brings you closer to your voice? That night, Matt talked with ChatGPT for 20 minutes. He asked about food, music, dreams. He made mistakes, and the machine corrected him, kindly, clearly, without laughing. It felt like magic. But it wasn't magic. It was just technology with empathy. And from that moment, Matt knew he could do this. He could learn. He could grow. He just needed a voice that would listen and answer without judgment. Chapter 2. The Tool That Changed Everything. When he discovered ChatGPT or Gemini, Matt had tried many things before. He downloaded apps, watched hours of English videos, even wrote vocabulary lists on sticky notes all over his room. But nothing really worked because he couldn't practice speaking and he couldn't ask questions when he was confused. Then he found something different. Not a book, not a course, but a tool, a conversation partner that never got tired. Its name was ChatGPT and its cousin, Gemini, by Google. At first, Matt didn't trust it. It's just a machine, he thought. How can it teach me? But when he typed his first message, something simple like, "Hello, I want to learn English. Can you talk with me?" It replied, "Hi, I'd be happy to help you learn English. Let's start with something easy. Tell me about your day." No judgment, no pressure, just a warm, helpful answer. Matt practiced 15 minutes that night, then 20 minutes the next day, and soon it became a habit. He started to treat ChatGPT like a real tutor, not because it was human, but because it helped him feel human again, confident, curious, capable. He learned how to ask better questions. Can you correct my grammar? Can you explain this word in simple English? Can we do a role play? I'm the customer, you're the waiter. And every time the chatbot replied, patient, clear, supportive. Have you ever needed someone who won't get tired of your questions? What if that someone is already on your phone, waiting to help you grow? The magic wasn't in the technology, it was in the conversation, because every sentence Matt typed gave him one more reason to believe in himself. He didn't need a perfect school or expensive classes or a native-speaking friend. He just needed a space to practice and a little courage to begin. And now, with ChatGPT or Gemini, that space was open to him anytime, anywhere. Chapter 3. The mistake that almost made him quit, and how he learned to ask better. Matt was excited. He had just discovered ChatGPT. He practiced every day, asking questions, writing answers, trying to sound more natural. But after a week, something changed. He felt stuck. The answers he was getting didn't help anymore. They were too long, too difficult, sometimes too technical, and other times too simple. He thought, maybe this isn't working. Maybe I just can't do this. He almost gave up. But then one sentence changed everything. He found a blog that said, "The quality of your results depends on the quality of your questions." That was the problem. It wasn't the tool, it was how he was using it. Matt had been asking things like, "Teach me English, correct my grammar, help me speak better." Too vague, too general, like walking into a library and saying, "Tell me everything." So he tried again, this time differently. He opened ChatGPT and typed, "Act like my personal English tutor. I'm at A2 level. Please speak slowly and explain my mistakes clearly but kindly." The reply? "Of course. I'd love to be your tutor. Let's begin. Can you tell me what you did yesterday in 3 short sentences?" Matt smiled. It finally made sense. The tool wasn't magic. It was a mirror. It reflected the clarity he gave it. Have you ever felt frustrated because something didn't work, and then realized you were using the wrong method? What if the right question could open the door you thought was locked? From that day, Matt made a list of helpful phrases. Explain this like I'm a beginner. Give me short, real-life examples. Let's have a conversation. You ask questions and help me answer better. Correct my English softly. Don't make me feel bad. And suddenly, ChatGPT became his best teacher, because now he wasn't just learning English, he was learning how to learn. Here's a simple tip for you. Before asking something, pause and say, "What do I really need right now?" Then write that need clearly, because clarity is power. And the better you ask, the better you grow. Chapter 4. Why Talking to the Machine helped him hear himself for the first time. Matt always thought learning English meant listening more. Listening to podcasts, listening to teachers, listening to YouTube videos. But something strange happened. When he started talking to ChatGPT, he wasn't just listening anymore. He was speaking, writing, expressing, and for the first time in his life, he could hear himself. When he talked to people in real life, he felt pressure. Don't make a mistake. Don't speak too slow. Don't look nervous. But with ChatGPT, there was no pressure, no judgment, no timer, no one watching. He could speak slowly, repeat words, say something silly, and still be safe. And in that space, his true voice began to rise. One night, after a long day, Matt opened the app and typed, "Can we just talk about something simple? I feel tired." ChatGPT replied, "Of course. Let's talk about something easy. What do you like to do when you need to relax?" That question made him pause. Not just in English, in life. He realized no one had asked him that in a long time, and he hadn't asked himself either. Have you ever spoken and realized you were learning more about yourself than the language? What if English isn't just a skill, but a mirror? Matt began using ChatGPT as more than a language tool. It became a space for reflection, for journaling, for honest conversations. He wrote things like, "I feel nervous before interviews. Can you help me talk about my childhood in English? Sometimes I don't feel smart when I speak." And the answers always came back with calm, clear, and kind support. That's when he understood. The power of learning a new language is not just to speak to the world, it's to finally speak to yourself. Try this. Ask ChatGPT or Gemini, "Can we talk about how I feel today?" Don't try to sound perfect. Just be honest. Let your English carry your truth, because sometimes when you speak with a machine, you discover the parts of you that had no space before. Chapter 5. The Daily Method. 15 minutes that rewired his brain. Matt used to think progress came from big actions, long classes, full weekends of study, hours of grammar drills. But the truth was, he never had the time. Work, family, stress. There was always a reason to skip, until he learned a new truth. Big change doesn't need big time. It just needs small, daily steps. He found a routine that worked, just 15 minutes a day. Not too much, not too little. Just enough to create a quiet rhythm. Here's what it looked like. Minute 1 to 2, He opened ChatGPT and said, "Let's have a short English conversation today. I'm at B1 level, minute 3 to 10. He chatted about something simple. What should I eat today? Tell me a joke. Ask me questions about my favorite movie. Minute 11:13. He asked, "Can you correct my grammar and suggest better words?" Minute 14:15. He read the corrected version out loud, slowly, with feeling. After 1 week, his words flowed more easily. After 2 weeks, his confidence grew. After a month, he realized he was thinking in English, not perfectly, but clearly, softly, naturally, like water learning how to flow again. Have you ever thought, "I don't have time to learn"? What if 15 minutes could change the way you speak and the way you feel? Neuroscience shows us the brain changes through repetition, but not repetition without emotion. Matt wasn't just practicing, he was connecting to ideas, emotions, and his own rhythm. And every 15-minute session was like planting a seed. Some days the seed felt small. Some days it felt powerful, but every day it was growing. Try this. Set a timer for 15 minutes. Open ChatGPT or Gemini. Practice a short conversation out loud. Ask for feedback. End with one deep breath and a quiet thank you. Because sometimes the best classrooms are made of silence, a screen, and the courage to begin again. Chapter 6, Gemini or ChatGPT, How to Choose Your Learning Partner. Matt felt lucky. He had 2 powerful tools in his hands. ChatGPT and Gemini. Both were smart. Both could talk. Both were ready to help him learn. But still he asked himself, which one is better for me? At first, Matt used only ChatGPT. It felt more like a coach, patient, warm, always focused on language. But then he tried Gemini. It felt more like a creative partner, faster, visual, full of ideas and links. That's when he realized he didn't need to choose just one. He could use both for different reasons. Here's how he used them. ChatGPT for structured learning, emotional support, grammar explanations, and deep conversations. He would say, "Correct my writing. Explain this mistake. Talk to me like a teacher." It was calm, clear, like a private tutor. Gemini for quick ideas, role plays, cultural facts, and visual support. He would say, "Give me 5 phrases to use in a job interview. Show me common American expressions. Act like a customer in a restaurant. I'll be the waiter." It was fast, flexible, creative. Have you ever tried to find the best tool and got stuck choosing? What if the best tool is the one you use with intention? Matt stopped comparing. He started combining. One day he practiced with ChatGPT. The next, he explored ideas with Gemini. He let each tool do what it does best, and by switching, he kept his routine fresh, exciting, inspiring. So here's a tip. Use ChatGPT when you want gentle conversation, writing feedback, or emotional encouragement. Use Gemini when you want quick examples, cultural context, or a more visual learning style. Use both with purpose and always ask for what you truly need, because these tools are not here to replace your voice. They're here to help you find it. Chapter 7. He created a world in English, and that's how he learned to think differently. Matt once thought English was just a subject, a skill, something he had to learn so he could pass tests, find work, or travel. But one day, something shifted. He stopped studying English and started living in it. It began with a simple idea. What if I could build a world around me in English? He started changing small things. His phone settings, now in English, his playlists, full of English songs he felt in his soul, his YouTube feed, English channels, but with emotional stories, his diary, one sentence a day, written from the heart in English. Then he did something even more creative. He opened ChatGPT and said, "Help me create a story. I want to be the main character." And together they built it. Matt was a traveler in a new city. Each day he met new characters. He ordered food, asked for directions, solved problems, all in English. It was playful, but it was more than that. It was rewiring his brain to think in English without fear. Have you ever imagined a life where English feels natural, not forced? What if building your own English world is the key to thinking differently? Neuroscience tells us the brain remembers what feels real and what feels joyful. By creating stories, Matt was doing both. He was no longer a student. He was a speaker, a writer, a character in his own new life. And the more he lived inside that world, the more his real world began to change. Here's a creative practice. Ask ChatGPT or Gemini, "Let's write a short story where I'm the hero. Give me a new challenge each day." Let's write a short story where I'm the hero. Give me a new challenge each day. Use the story to learn vocabulary, practice speaking, or just escape for 10 minutes. Imagine the scenes. Speak the lines. Let yourself feel the English, because the more you live it, the more it becomes yours. Chapter 8. The Day. He asked the machine, "Help me not feel ashamed." There was one feeling Matt couldn't shake, not fear, not laziness, shame. Every time he spoke English, it returned, quietly but sharply. Shame for mispronouncing a word. Shame for not understanding fast enough. Shame for feeling behind everyone else. He had tried to hide it, smile through it, push past it. But one night he typed something different into ChatGPT. "Can you help me not feel ashamed when I speak English?" And the reply changed everything. "Yes, I can help. But first, please know this. Shame is not a sign that you are weak. It's a sign that you care, and that means you are brave. Matt stared at the screen. No lesson, no vocabulary, just kindness, just truth. He didn't need more grammar at that moment. He needed grace, so he kept going. He told the machine, "I feel small when people correct me. I feel stupid when I make mistakes." And ChatGPT responded, "You are not stupid. You are learning something difficult in a world that often forgets how hard it is." Matt felt something shift. The shame didn't disappear, but it softened. It lost its power, because now he had named it. And what we name, we can heal. Have you ever felt ashamed just for trying? What if your shame is not the end, but the doorway to courage? Matt started a new practice. Every time he made a mistake, he smiled and said, "Thank you, mistake. You're helping me grow." He also told ChatGPT, "Give me phrases to use when I feel nervous or slow." The response? "Can you repeat that, please? I'm still learning, but I'd like to try. One step at a time. I'm getting there." These small sentences became his armor, not to fight people, but to protect his hope. Here's something you can do. Write to ChatGPT or Gemini. Act like a coach. Help me speak without shame. Practice the phrases it gives you, out loud with feeling. And each time you feel embarrassed, say softly, "It's okay. I'm growing." Because courage isn't the absence of shame. It's the choice to speak anyway. Chapter 9. Why AI Works. But the heart still matters. Matt had made real progress. He spoke more clearly. He felt more confident. He used ChatGPT and Gemini every day, like trusted study partners. But even with all this, there were days when he still felt tired, unmotivated, alone. He started to wonder, if I have all these tools, why do I still feel lost sometimes? Then he remembered something his grandmother once told him. You can hold the best map in the world, but if your heart is tired, you won't take the first step. That was the missing piece. ChatGPT could correct his grammar. Gemini could give him perfect examples, but only his heart could give him the reason to keep going. Because no technology, no matter how smart, can replace the power of hope or the need for meaning. Have you ever had the tools, but still felt something was missing inside? What if that missing part isn't outside, but already inside your heart? Matt began to use AI differently. He didn't just ask for exercises. He asked for encouragement. He typed, "Can you remind me why I'm doing this? Give me a message to stay motivated. Help me feel proud of how far I've come." And the answers were simple, but powerful. You're learning a new language, and that takes courage. Every small step counts. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to continue. Matt started keeping a list of these messages. He read them when he felt tired. He whispered them before practicing. He repeated them after small mistakes. And slowly, he realized something beautiful. The best lessons don't just train your mind. They speak to your soul. Here's a gentle reminder for you. Use AI to learn, yes, but don't forget to listen to your heart, because the tool can help you speak English. But only your heart can remind you why it matters. Chapter 10. Step by Step, How to Use AI to Speak English with Courage and Clarity. By now, Matt had built a new routine. Not a perfect one, not always easy, but one that worked because it came from the heart. He didn't need to study for hours. He didn't need expensive courses. He just needed a simple daily system and the courage to use it. Today, you can start that system too. Here's how. Step 1. Set the scene. Find a quiet place. Just 10 to 15 minutes. No noise, no pressure, no fear. Take a deep breath and say, "This time is for me. This is my space to grow." Step 2. Open your tool. Choose one. ChatGPT, calm, emotional, deep feedback. Gemini, quick, creative, fast ideas. You can even switch between them during the week. Step 3. Give a clear command. Start with something like, "Act like my English conversation partner. Speak slowly. I'm A2 level." Then say, "Ask me 5 questions about my day. Correct my answers kindly. Suggest better ways to say what I mean." You can also add, "Remind me I'm doing well." Step 4. Speak out loud. Don't just type. Speak, even if it's just you and the screen. Even if your voice shakes. Even if you don't get it all right, because every word you speak builds your confidence. You're not just learning, you're becoming. Step 5. End with power. Close your session by saying, "Tell me one thing. I did well today." Let the machine affirm you. Let your heart receive it. Then say back, "Thank you. I'll be back tomorrow." Have you ever wished for a simple path to follow? Something gentle and real? What if the most powerful method is already in your pocket, waiting for your voice? This is not about perfection. It's about presence, about showing up day by day with faith in your growth. Because courage doesn't mean speaking without fear. It means speaking even when you're still afraid. And clarity doesn't come from grammar. It comes from practice with purpose. Start today. Set the scene. Open your tool. Speak with your truth. Ask for kindness. End with light. Because when you speak from your heart, English becomes more than a language. It becomes your bridge to a braver life. Chapter 11. He wanted to learn English, but found himself instead. At the beginning, Matt just wanted to learn English. He wanted to sound better, get a better job, understand movies without subtitles, simple goals. useful goals, but somewhere along the way, something deeper began to happen. He wasn't just learning new words. He was learning who he was. Every sentence he spoke, every mistake he made, was a small act of bravery, and slowly he started to notice. His fear was shrinking. His voice was growing. His shame was healing. He still made mistakes. He still had bad days, but he no longer saw them as failures. He saw them as part of the path, because this journey was never just about English. It was about expression, connection, becoming visible to the world and to himself. Have you ever started something and realized it was changing more than you expected? What if your biggest goal isn't just to speak, but to be heard by others and by your own soul? Matt still used ChatGPT and Gemini, but not like before. Now they weren't just tools, they were companions on his personal path, mirrors that helped him see his growth. And each time he practiced, he told himself, "This is not about perfection. This is about truth. And I am still growing, one word at a time." So if you feel lost, if you feel like you've tried everything, if you feel like giving up, remember this: you're not behind, you're not broken, you're becoming, and your voice matters, even when it's learning, even when it's slow, even when it's not yet fluent. Because every time you speak from your heart, you find your way back home. Thank you for listening. If this story helped you, share it. Let someone else know they're not alone, because language can heal, and so can you.